Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So if you're new, my name is Jen and I am a stay-at-home / homeschooling mom. I have 6 kids. I'm married to my wonderful husband Mike. I have a dog, Black Lab. Now I'm just giving you my whole life story. But if you're new, welcome. I'm glad you guys decided to click on this video. If you're new to my channel and you're not subscribed, I would love it if you would subscribe. I just do a little bit of this and that, a lot of day in the life vlogs, just giving you a glimpse of what life is like around here, and some homeschooling stuff, some lifestyle stuff, motherhood stuff, all the things like that. But today I'm going to be doing a favorites video because I was thinking about the fact that I'm almost 100% certain that I've never done a favorites video. I mean, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure I have not. If I have, it was a very long time ago. And I just thought it would be fun because I do have quite a few things that I have been enjoying, I would say, for a while now. I mean, some things are newer than others, but definitely for the last few months. And I thought it would be fun to share it with you guys, let you know some of the things that have been my favorites. In no particular order, I'm just going to start. Maybe I'll start with some sort of house stuff. I got this off of Amazon, and you know, I wasn't sure. I had seen a few people with it and I wasn't sure if it was sort of not gimmicky, but if it was going to be the kind of a thing, you know, you see like kitchen gadgets and certain things like that, and you just wonder if it's just going to be like one more thing you have to find a spot for. You know what, I'm going to give it a shot because I was very interested to see. I'm absolutely obsessed with this. If you don't know what it is a drying rack. So it's just these little bars, and I think it's metal on the inside. I'm pretty sure it is metal, but they have like this like rubbery coating on the outside. This size pretty much fits right over like one side of the sink if you have like a typical split sink, which is what we have. When you're not using it, it literally, well, you can fold it up or you can roll it up, and that's how small it is. So it easily fits, you know, depending on if you have like a drawer or just into a cabinet or like under your sink, it fits easily in any of those. But honestly, we have kept this on our sink pretty much since we got it, which was a few months ago now. We do have a dishwasher, but we are constantly running the dishwasher, and if it's just like a, you know, a couple of things here and there, or, you know, like a pot or, you know, things like that, this is great for that. And then it dries right over the sink. It doesn't take up any extra counter space. Yeah, and it's just been amazing. It's held up so well. I just keep it on one side of the sink. It kind of also prevents, because everyone in my family loves to, like, they put their dirty dishes like in both sinks, and I'm just kind of like, how about we just put them in one sink and keep the other sink clean? But they don't like to do that. They like to like divvy it out. This helps with that. The other thing, side note, that this helps with is we have a dog who enjoys to jump on the counter, like not on the counter, but he's a lab, so he can reach the counter like with his paws to see what's in the sink, and if there's any like remnants on the plates and things like that. He, like, when he is out, that's the first place he makes a beeline for. Wow. Now that we have this, he can't do that anymore. So I almost feel like even if you just wanted it for that, if you had a pet, it would be well worth it. Anyway, I love this. Amazon. It's not gimmicky at all. I think it was about $24, I think. There was a coupon too. So anyway, I love it. Amazing. Next home thing that I'm obsessed with is this blanket, this throw blanket. I absolutely am just, I want to snuggle it, but I have makeup on, so I don't want to get makeup on it. I got this at HomeSense. I was kind of starting to switch over some of our main things downstairs on our main level, mostly in the family room, from like, you know, the wintry stuff into more transitioning into spring. We are a family that loves our like throw blankets on the couch. Anytime, you know, whether it's me or Mike or the kids, we're sitting on the couch watching a movie or a show, or even like just reading or whatever, everybody loves grabbing for a blanket. So we keep quite a few blankets down and around on the couches. I had like, was the really, you know, fuzzy like faux fur type of blankets that we've had out since wintertime, And so I was like, okay, I want to switch it up a little bit. And so I actually ended up getting 3. Yes, I got 3. I ended up getting 3 of these from HomeSense. They're all slightly different in color. This one is like a taupey, oatmeal-y type of, you know, like a beigey oatmeal-y type of color. I just love, they're just, can you see? They're waffly and textured, and they're light, but they're warm and so soft. It's just 100% cotton. But these feel like, you know, the baby blankets, the muslin baby blankets, just the softest thing in the entire world, minus a baby's skin. That's what this reminds me of. It's that same kind of, I don't know, it's that same sort of texture. I don't know if it's partly because of that. You know, it kind of like brings me back to the good old baby days. But yeah, I love these. So we have, like I said, we have a bunch of these thrown on our sectional downstairs, and it has this little fringe. They're a good size too. Like, I could cover my entire body in one of these. If you have a Home Goods or a HomeSense near you, oh, they're just so nice. So nice. So love that. Let's move on to some treats, because why not? Bubbly drinks. More specifically, this flavor, which is the peach. So I'm not a big pop drinker, like, at all. We don't really keep it in the house, with the exception of Sprite that my kids like to drink. It's like the special occasion drink. Me personally, I don't really drink drinks like that. I'm usually just drinking water or coffee, but I do like sparkling water every once in a while. This is like my treat drink, you know? I love Bubblies. They are just so good. And I actually first kind of got into them. I tried was the cherry bubbly, which I still really love, because way back when, I really loved cherry Coke. There's a restaurant we used to go to, and I always used to order it from there because it was like, and it actually came with cherries in it. But anyway, the cherry bubbly was like the first thing that I had ever tasted that was even remotely close to having a cherry Coke. Now, it is not a cherry Coke. You understand what I'm saying? I mean, it's sparkling water with cherry flavor. The fizz, the cherry, was very reminiscent of a cherry Coke. So I love those. And then this is a pretty new flavor that they came out with, which is the peach. And this is just so, like, it's so summery to me. Like, it's so spring, summery, and refreshing. I would say the cherry and the peach. New favorite, obviously water is the best thing to drink, but if you are trying to steer away from some more unhealthy drinks and you kind of need like a stepping stone, I would say, because it's like zero everything. I never quite understand how that's possible. Literally everything in the back is zero. 0 calories, 0 fat, 0 sugar, 0 everything. There you go. Can't get better than that. So really like that. It's actually a good combination. These go really well together. I'm not a big snacker in general. Like, I'm just like, I'm not a big pop drinker, but here's my, no, but I'm not really a big snacker, but it's like one of those things where when you do want something, you want a very specific thing. I feel like the more that you're not a snacker, the more specific you are as to what you want, because I'm not constantly grabbing at stuff. Then when I want something, I have it in my mind what I want. When I want something that's like salty and crunchy and sort of chip-esque, this is what I have. These are there's a glare, I'm sorry, but these are the Terra chips. This is a big old bag because they just started carrying them at Costco, and my heart went pitter-patter when I saw. I randomly found these at HomeSense. Speaking of, you know, like when you go in the lineup and there's always like those random things leading up to the cash register. There's like random, like you've never heard of before snacks. And so they had these there, and I got them on a whim one time, and I could only find them there. Then eventually they started carrying them at a few grocery stores in the less than impressive size bags. But now they carry them at Costco. Well, they carry them at our Costco in the huge, like 453 gram size bags. These are so good. Again, I'm not saying these take the place of eating vegetables, obviously not. But if you just need to, you know, curb that craving a little bit, I would say these are a little bit better, not healthier. I don't like when people say that like junk food is healthier, but you know what I'm saying. It's just a slightly better option. It's gluten-free, which is great because I am somewhat gluten-free. I'm like gluten intolerant, like just doesn't sit well with me. So I try my best to avoid a lot of foods with gluten. I love these. So just saying, you can't go wrong. Moving on to, this is sort of some fitnessy type things. I actually didn't mean to do like a fitness category, but all these things sort of fit into them. I am very much into running. It is like my exercise of choice is running. I didn't do a whole lot of it this winter because our winters here in Canada are brutal. Ever since it has been getting nicer and the snow has officially melted, I have been back to running. I probably started like full on running about 1.5 years ago. Up until then, it was like on and off. I really got into it just before the world went crazy. Running is, I feel like it's just how I cope. I mean, it's the exercise, but it is also mentally clearing. If you are a runner, then you will know what I mean. Running and being outside is just like nothing else. It is my absolute favorite. And even when I don't feel like doing it necessarily, every time I go for a run, mentally, it does wonders. It does absolute wonders for me. So anyway, that being said, when I've kind of started taking it a little more seriously, I finally invested in some good running shoes. And these are the ones that I use. These are the New Balance style. It's called the Arishi. They're very, very light. They kind of have like this gradient like pink sort of around the side. I mean, they are cute. They're definitely cute. It's not why I got them, but they're definitely cute. I have like a really high arch on my foot, and I also have a narrow foot. I had tried a lot of shoes on that were really wide, and my foot always felt like it was like moving around in there, which is not very good, and just also didn't feel like they had a lot of support for my arch. I've been so happy with these. I probably will end up replacing them soon because I know, you know, when you run, well, I think with any kind of exercise to a certain point, you're supposed to like replace your shoes. I don't really know what the official time is. The absorption and all that tends to go. But so far, like, these have just been amazing and awesome. And I run on all kinds of terrain also. Like, I run on dirt, I run on gravel, I run on obviously like the road and cement and all that kind of stuff. And I love these. These are great. I have a lot of back problems too. So kind of having that like shock absorption is really important for me, and those have been great. Along with the whole running thing, obviously I say obviously, but I love listening to something when I'm running. Usually I'm listening to music. Every once in a while I'll listen to maybe like a podcast or something like that, but I do like to have, you know, something going in my ears. I was using like one of those armbands. I just always felt like, well, it was always sliding down my arm, like no matter what, just from, you know, from the motion of running. And also was a little bit agitating to kind of have that. I'm like weird in the way where like when I run, I don't like things like touching me. Does that make sense? Rings, jewelry, things like that. I don't like things touching me. I found this, and it's basically just like this fitness belt. What I like about it is it actually has like 2 separate sort of like extenders. You can take like this whole section off if you want. So it's pretty adjustable, and it also has these little sliders. So it's adjustable in a lot of ways. But what I love about it is it's super light, very, very light. It's like this, like what, you know, workout leggings or shorts are made out of, that sort of silky material. And it sits really flat to your waist. I usually wear it like a little further down around my hips. It has like 3 compartments in the front. The 2 outside pockets just sort of have, I'm trying to like show you and hold it, but it's so flimsy, have just like flaps like over top of them, but it's like really secure. I usually just keep, I still have in here, a chapstick. I don't really put anything on the other side. I mean, depending on what you were doing, you could put even like money in there, or if you wanted to put a card in there. It has the little opening thing there for headphones. Now I use wireless headphones, so I don't need that. But the main pocket here, it does have Velcro, but it has that Velcro, I don't know if it has a special name, but it's the Velcro that doesn't, like, it literally only sticks to the other side of the Velcro, so it doesn't pull on everything. And this is where I slip my phone into. And I have the iPhone XR. It's not the biggest phone out there, but it's a pretty big phone, and like there's more than enough room. If you have sort of like the biggest model there is, like that's how much more room there still is for the phone to fit. So it'll basically fit any size phone in it. I'm never worried about it falling out or moving around or anything like that. I barely even notice I have it on, and I just love it. So I found this also off of Amazon. It just says Air Run Tech. I don't know if that's what it's called or what, but I'll try my best to link stuff down below. I'll try if I can. If I forget and there's anything that you want to know about, just let me know. The next thing that I use that's also, I mean, it's exercise related, but not solely just for fitness. I had the regular AirPods and I love them. They're great. I mean, there's nothing better than being able to walk around and do all the things with wireless, you know, headphones in. The only thing about them that I wasn't crazy about was the fact, I mean, if you have them, then you'll know what I mean, or if you've had them. It's basically a one size fits all. First of all, those don't fit me very well. I mean, I use them, but I could have never used them for exercising. There was no way. They would fall out of my ears like that. I would use them for just like around the house, listening to podcasts, or if I was doing chores or something and I was listening to music or whatever, I would pop them in. Mike went ahead and he got me the AirPod Pros, and I just love them. The thing is that I'm not so much about just getting the newest thing for the sake of getting the newest thing. You know, there has to be a pretty good reason for me to want to upgrade something if I already have it. You know, my AirPods were fine, but now that I've had these and I've tried these, I could like, they're so different and they're so much better. It's completely worth it. You don't have to upgrade them. If you don't have any to begin with, I would say just to go ahead and get the Pros. I know that they are more expensive, but honestly, they are so much better because they have, you know, the little rubbery part at the tips, and they actually come with 3 different sizes of tips. They just fit like a million times better. So not only can you customize the size, but just even the fact that they have that rubber tip, it helps them stay in so much better. Like I could run with my AirPods and it has been like a game changer. What I also like about these is you have the option, you can set them to noise canceling, you can have nothing on, or you can also set them to what's called transparent, where it sort of blocks out the noise, but you can sort of still hear background noise, which is what I use when I'm running, you know, just to be on the safe side. This case, by the way, is just a case that I got from Amazon. Works great. Yeah, so love those. I have a few more things and then we're gonna be done because I don't even know. I feel like I've been talking forever. Some beauty-ish type things. I have shown this before in random vlogs. This is the Too Faced, try not to glare, Sweet Peach palette. I absolutely love this palette. It has these 4 colors on it: Peach Honey, Peach Pop, Sugared Peach, and Peach Pearl. So as you can see, it is very iridescent, I guess is the word. It's not sparkly, but it is definitely shimmery. I'm all about the shimmery glow. I love to look glowy, especially when you are more mature like me and you're, you know, in your 40s. You need all the glow, whether it is from you or external, that you can get. I love this palette so much. You can see I've hit pan on this one. This would be considered like the bronzer sort of color. And then you have a highlight and then 2 cheek colors, like a peachy shade and a more like mauvey rose color, and I use this like all the time. I have it on now. I have the peach pop, yes, I have the peach pop on my eyes. I also have it as blush. I have the bronzer, I have the highlight. I love this thing. I just love it, and I love all the colors, and I tend to gravitate to the peachy kind of colors. I like how it looks on my skin tone because I have more of a medium, like olive skin tone, and I love this palette. Absolutely love this palette. This is fairly new in the sense of I've had it maybe a month and a half, and it is the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow foundation, the nude beige. I have it on right now. I really like it. I saw this on Instagram. Fit Babe on a Budget is her Instagram handle, and she just posts a whole bunch of she usually posts about like outfits and stuff, inexpensive outfits. She kind of puts together and finds like sales and deals and stuff like that. But she also was talking about her makeup one time and was talking about how she uses this. And again, I love that dewy. It's not about like oily. I think people confuse when they hear like dewy or shimmer or whatever, and they confuse that with looking like oily, and it's like two completely different things. So I mean, I don't want to say that if you have oily skin this is going to work. I don't know. I don't have dry skin. I have normal to oily skin. I do not find that this like makes me any more oily than I normally would be. Do you know what I'm saying? And also guys, I don't even set it. Like this is it. I have this on. I have this on. Some mascara, but like I don't even set it with powder, and this is how it looks. So, and it's so inexpensive. I really like it. I would say that it's about medium coverage. I mean, you can kind of build it up. If I have like some areas that I want to actually cover, I usually will still go in with a concealer. So I mentioned that I'm in my 40s, and I have talked about this before. I have nothing against getting old and like make it seem like I'm bashing the process of getting old or anything like that, because I am thankful to be here. I am thankful that I have made it this far. And, you know, I think it's a balance of embracing your years and also just kind of feeling and looking the best you can. And I'm just not ready for gray hairs. I'm just not, okay? I can totally see other people with gray hair. In fact, like, I guarantee you, when I finally have just accepted it and just embraced it, I will probably end up being one of those people that just completely goes gray. Have you ever seen, like, there's beautiful women who have just like a full head of gray hair and they look gorgeous. The gray hairs, it's just not time for me. It's just not time for me. Now, I don't have very many. I mean, if you look, I don't know, guys, because I haven't really done anything about that. This is just my natural hair, by the way. So I have done nothing to my hair. This is just what my hair looks like. And at the moment, my grays are not covered. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I can see them. I usually get them kind of around here and then an odd scraggly one throughout. I did find this and I wanted to share because I feel like this is just enough when I want to do something about it, if they're agitating me, because I'm not even embarrassed about it. Like, that's why I'm saying, I'm showing you guys and I'm here and I go about life and I'm not religious about doing this. It's more just if I remember or I've taken extra notice. But this is the L'Oreal Root Touch-Up Color Blending Gel. And this stuff is amazing. I didn't really want to like do the whole, even if I was doing it at home, I didn't want to color my entire hair for the sake of like 5 gray hairs, more than I'm willing to do at this point. So what I love about it, first of all, is it's just a small little tube like this. And I do not want to get dye on me or anything, but I will just show you right on the tube. Do you see that? There's a little brush. I'll put it over here. A little brush. You squeeze a little bit out and you literally just apply it. Like, you brush it on. Because I do mostly have it here. I guess it would be a little harder if you had, like, if you had long hair and you had tons and tons of it. Like, it would probably be, it would be a little bit, it would take longer. For what I need it for, this is perfect. It works great. I leave it on for like 10 minutes, done. I just wash my hair like normal, and there you go. I will probably use it the next time that I wash my hair, but I just love this. Got it at the drugstore, and I've had this forever. Like, I feel like I've had this for 6 months, and there's still a ton left in there. So if you're just looking for a little help, some grays coming in, I love that. I'm going to talk about a few books, and then we will, well, we'll almost be done. I just wanted to talk about some books that we have enjoyed in our homeschool. Like I said, we are a homeschooling family, and we do morning time. We get together as a group with everybody, and we go through some subjects slash just topics of interest. It really can be anything that everybody is involved in before we sort of break off into our individual subject. So one of the things we do consistently during that time is a devotional, a family devotional. We've been doing this since the start of this year, like this year's school year. And this is the How Great Is Our God devotional by Louis Giglio. There is another version of this one called Indescribable. It's not a story, they're devotionals, so it doesn't matter what order you do them in. We're almost done this one, so I probably will pick up the other one, but I really like this because I have such a broad age range of kids. Sometimes it can be a struggle to find something that's going to interest everybody. And I mean, you can't do it all the time, but that's what I like about this. I feel like it's enough that the little kids can understand, but it's also interesting enough that my older kids also enjoy it. They're just like a page long, and it'll start with like a Bible verse, give you the Bible verse, and then each day is like a different topic, and it incorporates like science into that day's devotional. It'll just give you some like random facts and like, did you know this? There's a lot of neat facts about animals and the world and nature and all kinds of things. And I mean, nobody knows all the facts. It's very short and sweet. It's to the point, and all my kids, including me, enjoy it. So great devotional, great family devotional. And then for our read aloud book, we usually switch between like a chapter book, nonfiction book, and we're usually learning about some figure in history, a missionary or something like that. Like not too long ago, we did Corrie ten Boom, we've done Walt Disney, like we've done a bunch of them. But we also read some just like fiction, you know, like for fun kind of books. So we have been embarking on the Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe series of books. I don't remember how many there are. There's like 7 or 8, I think. This is actually the second book, technically. The first one is The Boy and the Horse, or something. What is it? The Magician's Nephew. The Magician's Nephew. That was the first one we started with, and we just finished this one. Kids are just like, they love it. My older kids have read it before on their own. But they, like when we started this again, they were like, oh, it's been ages since we read it. So even they have forgotten a lot about it. And I don't know if they've read the entire series or not. They may have just read this one book. But anyway, everyone's just been loving it. And me, myself, I know the gist of the story, but I've never actually read the series. And I gotta say, I may have shed a tear or two during parts of this book. I was holding back the tears. So they are now they just realized that there are movies, so they're very excited to watch the movies when we are done, because we do plan on going through the whole series. Unless you guys are not into these videos, I think I'm gonna have to do these a little more often and hope that like every time I sit down, it's not gonna be like a 30-minute video. If you're still here, thank you for sticking with me. I hope you guys enjoyed watching. Let me know down below if you have a thing that you have been loving the last little bit. I would love to know. And that's it. Take care, you guys, and I'll see you again next time. Bye.